Hi guys, what's up? And this happens to be another kind of solo podcast. So this is another solo podcast, and I'm super grateful to be recording this. I thought I will be recording it in the afternoon, but due to some reason, I it kept getting delayed, and finally I'm able to record and shoot this podcast. When I'm training or sometimes cycling or doing anything random in my day, I get a lot of insights, a lot of inspiration, that about the things that I would love to talk about, I would love to share, and I feel super inspired. But for some reason, to set up the podcast and to even mount the camera and to switch on and to start rolling the camera, sometimes the moment goes away, and on most occasion I'm able to share something, but it is never that thing, the same thing which I had felt prior to shooting or recording the podcast. Uh, and most importantly, this will be my 20th podcast. So congratulations to me, and I'm super glad and super grateful, super happy to reach this far. And the only limit is to no limit is the limit. That's the right sentence. Yeah. And I thought I have a habit of pondering, reflecting, and crystallizing, and actually diving in the depths of my heart to dig deeper and to figure out what I truly want to share, what do I really want. And I have come to a conclusion, or more like an understanding. I never use the term word conclusion. I've come to this understanding that the purpose of all my podcasts, it is not to teach or to do anything extra for anybody. I am a nobody to do that. But I feel the fundamental purpose and intention of this podcast is to be vulnerable and to humbly share my experiences, my journey, and everything, without filter and as honestly, as truthfully as I can. And I'm not somebody who talks about my life story, but if I have to narrate my stories, I have to dig deeper, and if I have to bring out stories in order to share something, that then I will be more than happy to do so, and I've been doing that. Um, so I deep I today I thought ki I will share something which is hard to put in to words, which is um, I feel something happens to all of us in our 30s. That's what I feel right now, in our late 20s and in our 30s. And I have observed that, I have experienced that. It happened to me, and I'm learning about it on a moment to moment basis, on a day to day basis. Uh, Something changes, very like some sort of a switch, some shift happens, and people become different. Something happens to them, and it's a very profound turn, you can say, very profound shift or a change in life. And most people are not equipped to navigate or to kind of embrace this change. A lot of people kind of give up or do something radical or drastic to themselves. I lost my friend when he was at the age 33. He was 33 years old, and he killed himself. That time I was 26. He was little. He was not little. He was older than me, and he was a lovely, lovely, great guy, super amazing man, and he used to read a lot of books, very well educated, a strong personality, super confident, and also very intellectual. And when this happened, when I was sick, it hit me like a storm, like a silent kind of a storm. Like it hit me, I became numb. And till today, every day in my every prayer, he's there. I pray for him, and that kept made me wonder. What happens to someone like that guy? Like what can happen to him? And in the letter, he left a letter, and in the letter he wrote something like, "मैंने अपनी ज़िंदगी जी लिए." I know it sounds pretty dark, and but that time though it was like a very traumatic for me to even know these details, which I got to know from my other friends. But as I'm growing older, I'm realizing what happens to a lot of people, and there's a similarity. It's like nobody teaches certain things, nobody guides us. There are no subjects around such profound topics of life, that what to do in your 30s. See, your 20s can be seen as your prime. Your teen can be seen as you entering into a party, into a celebration. There's so much to look forward to. Then your 20s are like can be your prime. You are enjoying your every experience is almost like a new experience. It's a new experience. Everything. You're supercharged. You're looking forward to life. Till that, till 20s, life makes sense to you. The story makes sense to you. But in most cases, when the 30s arrive, something very something shifts in us, and life takes a turn, a small kind of a turn, and most people feel terrified, and most people also feel lost. They don't know what to do. They go, life doesn't make any sense. And even if you are doing well in your careers, even if you have hit the goals what you are supposed to be achieving, even then there's a sense of gloominess all around. You start feeling that your best days have gone behind, and now it's only a downhill journey. You're just preparing or getting ready to leave the party, and and this feeling is not great for many people. They are not ready to embrace this change gracefully. A lot of people go in denial. A lot of people become frustrated and angry and aggressive, and some people become little dark. Some people learn to cope. Some people live a broken kind of a life. I don't know. There are 10,000 ways with which people try to cope up. Try to live through this change or shift. But there's like a 0.1% kind of a people. They see this change for what it is, nothing more, nothing less. And I'm speaking from my experience, and after almost like months and years of like a confusion and things not making sense to you, you start seeing the blessing and the freshness in this new phase as well. And then this small 30s ka turn kind of gives you a glimpse of how the next turn would be, which will be the turn of 40s. Then how the turn ahead of that would be, which will be 50s. If you are fortunate enough, and if you have the blessing to have more days in the bank to keep living, and then you become wise, and you start cherishing this new phase, this new spell, and then life opens up, and you see very different and unique kind of possibilities all around you. But to reach to this understanding, there are like some strong tests, along the way. And uh, and the real courage is this courage, to be able to face them head on, and not just face them, to be able to triumph over them, to be able to meet them with grace and with a lot of compassion, with an open heart. And in my experience and in my journey so far, nothing can make one do that uh, if one lacks faith. If like if you don't have faith in your life, then maybe you cannot do it without faith. One has to have faith in life. And when I talk about faith, I mean to say one has to have some sort of a practice, uh, some sort of a guidance from which is which is above and beyond one's intellect. So you can call it anything. So the true meaning of faith is that. So if you do not have faith in your life, you cannot understand this turn. You won't get it. And you might live in denial for years. You might even reach your 40s, and then also 50s, 60s. Maybe you might also get old, but you won't get the lesson that your 30s are supposed to teach you. And you'll be just dodging, you'll just be kind of running away, you'll be living in denial. And but sooner or later, on your deathbed, maybe you will be, looking back, and you will be feeling like, oh my god, I missed the point. I missed the point of life. I missed the point of living. So something happens to, during in your 30s. And what I've seen in my environment, around, I see a lot of people, they do something drastic to themselves in their 30s. Like my friend's story, my beloved, my beautiful, wonderful friend. I won't take his name because I respect him and I love him a lot, and I won't take his name. But I had to share this small story about him, because this space is a safe space, and I trust and I love every one of you, and I'm here to share everything from my life as much as I can, as honestly as I can. So then I reached my 30s. And from my late 20s itself, I had started feeling like I'm not able to understand this spell of my life. Like everything looks the same, but it is not the same. uh, I have all the contacts in my phone that I had made along the way. I am everyone is around, but yet nobody is around. I can simply call anybody, but it won't be the same. It won't feel the same. It's like it's like the it's like every human being left the town. That's the kind of feeling. It's like people are around, but they are not the same people. They look the same. They even remember the time together, but something is not the same about everybody. And now that is a very challenging phase and situation. And now when I look back, I feel maybe everyone is going through that situation, because obviously my friends would be in and around my age only. So of course they were also going through the same feeling and situation what I was going through. So that is why it felt like they are there yet they are not there. I'm sure they must be feeling the same way when they must be reaching out to me or looking at me. Oh my god, he's there yet he's not there. I'm not trying to make myself look special. I was the only person who was there, but everybody had gone. So I'm saying so everybody in that situation, you look around and everybody is looking around, and everybody is trying to reminisce or recall. Some people become close off. Some people become like some people start dodging you because you talk too much about the good times that were spent together. But low key, everybody is coping in this way or that way. Nobody is getting it right. And but the thing, so this is what happens. And when you walk on this path long enough with faith in your heart, and you show up for yourself every morning and every evening through your prayers, then slowly, the clouds leave the way to the sunshine, and the sunshine makes you see life and everything clearly, and then everything makes sense to you, and then you have deep compassion and empathy towards everybody uh, who were around you, but you did not feel that they were around you. So this is a very it's almost like you use life opens itself in front of you, and like 30s can be seen as you experiencing life uh, in a higher intensity, you can say. And most people are not ready to feel or to see life with that intensity. You are also able to see the kind of true nature of things in a way, the glimpse of that you also realize that all this while you were climbing, you were on the, you can say, you were the wave all this while, and everything seemed like a celebration to you. And now you are slowly gradually stepping into uh, a feeling where you are you are leaving the party, or you are the wave is kind of going back to the ocean, and it's an intense feeling, it doesn't make any sense, but I'm trying very hard to. The long pauses that I'm taking, they are the proof that how hard it is for me to kind of encapsulate what I'm trying to share in few sentences, and it's hard, so I'm trying. So yeah, that's what I feel. Something happens to people, and it's kind of it breaks my heart, and to even try to talk about these matters, and I just feel I was there for my friend, I was there for him. I wish I could just be there for him. We had a really very beautiful bond, and we used to share a lot of book recommendations, and he had a habit of framing the text and messages very beautifully. Dear Yuvraj, then comma, and then the entire paragraph. How my last recommendation of the book helped him and made him feel. And he would often he would end, or maybe include one of the hard hitting lines from the book itself within that text or the message. um, and he would just give me a thumbs up that he read it. So he was he was very driven, my friend, and he was and then anyway, so stuff like these happen, if you ask me, if I bring it upon me, how how one can feel from my own experiences, I feel you can feel me. You start seeking meaning, and things can stop making sense to you. Nothing makes any sense after a point, and you can feel, you can see the meaninglessness in almost everything. And my journey had made me realize this is a sign that you are seeking the deeper meaning in life, your true purpose, the purpose that you were born for. And in another language you can also say that you start seeking God. By God I mean to say you start seeking life, you start seeking the understanding of everything, the existence, and when I say start seeking God, I mean that we start seeking life. You want to understand the nature of mortality, because you can see the impermanence of everything by your own experience, that you were experiencing the highs of life in your 20s, and now suddenly you are stepping into your 30s, and now it will only and only, the vibe of things will always remain as this vibe only, that it's a decline. And you start seeing the nature of change of life, and you start seeing ki, oh my god, I'm a part of it. and then you start seeking ki, oh my god, have I missed the point of things in general in life? And that's what I mean, that faith is a great blessing, and we all must seek faith. So when I say we must seek faith, it is the same thing as seeking life and universe and God and life source, everything. So when you're experiencing that you yourself is a part of this huge change, everything is destined to be dissolved, and the nature of impermanence, the new things become old, the old things leave the space for the next in line. That's the nature of recycle and the cycle of life, and when you start seeing the glimpse of it, it is a very humbling feeling, because your 20s and your life before that makes you feel that you're immortal, because life is like a celebration. But then your 30s is like a small, like a from a keyhole you can see, oh my god, this is a deeper meaning of life. It is very overwhelming, because for example, a lot of people, they run away from the talks of death. They consider the talk of death to be uh, it's a tabooed kind of a talk conversation. But the truth is, life and death is nothing but the same, maybe two sides of the same coin. We all are living together, breathing together. You can call it life. You can also say that we all are also dying together right now, because the moment we are born, we become mortal in this flesh and bone form. Time is ticking, and then we are just kind of you can also look at it as if we all are moving towards our final days. So life and death is the same thing. And if we say we only want to talk about life, and if we run away from the talk or understanding of death, then we are missing the point. We won't get it. To understand life is to understand death. So you can't understand life without understanding death. To come in touch with our mortality is the greatest blessing. And the paradox is, the moment we understand and realize the nature of life, when we come in contact with our own mortality, we truly start enjoying, life. And the moment we understand the nature of life, how fragile everything is, the moment we understand the other side of the coin, which is death, we also understand the meaning of life. And to be able to enjoy life completely at its fullness, we cannot run away from the understanding of death. They both go hand in hand. I know it's pretty jarring to even think or to talk about it, but to be very honest, it is one of those things, that we run away from. But the moment we look at it, we realize, oh my god, it's nothing. It was always there. It's our best friend. It's the essence of us, and it's nothing but life and blessing. So this energy and the vibe of taboo and something to not talk about, that creates this kind of a intense, heavy kind of energy around such conversations and topic. But I would say fundamentally, every child or every school, the entire education system, in a very subtle, very beautiful manner, they should inculcate uh, the real understanding of life. This should be a part of education, and in a very subtle manner, not like in a very hard hitting manner. Such value should be given to everybody, everybody from all age groups, and this is just my opinion, but yeah, this is my podcast number 20th, and thank you so much. It's a blessing to be here with all of you, and I have Arav and Bunny coming on the next podcast, hopefully. Let's see. Love and peace to all. Take care of yourself, and thank you so much for allowing me to talk, to share, and to be here with each one of you. And let's grow together. Thank you once again, man. Thank you. And I hope if there's any disturbance in the podcast, please apologies. I'm learning on the job and I'm getting better. That's a good news, and I'll keep getting better and better. Thank you for your love and support and compassion, and and also encouragement. Thank you for supporting me. See you guys. Lots and love, and yeah, that's about it. Today I just randomly, I did not even think or know that how I will end up talking about life and death, but I randomly, life brought me to this topic. And so yeah, I feel, to all the people who are feeling confused in their 30s, trust me guys, the life is magical. It's magic. And from my experience, nothing nothing is more beautiful than simply living, for just living. And you all can write to me on the comment section, and I'll reply to all. And if there's anything in particular you want me to talk about, I'll try to inculcate that in my next podcast. See you guys. Love and peace to all. Good night.